So, this video is part of an effort to help me stay sane, basically. Because I'm in the middle of a medical situation that has occurred, and I'm looking for ways of surviving it. The basic thing is that I've had a brain injury, and quite a severe one, and it's affected my life greatly. And I'm looking for ways to survive that. So I'm trying this to see how it goes. I want to communicate my experiences and hope to inform people and maybe help people in a similar situation. I don't know. So I don't know very much about how this has occurred because I simply woke up and found that this was the situation. I know very little about how it happened, and I'm not sure if I'll find out more as things go on. So, to put it simply, I've had a brain injury which I don't know how it happened. I'm in something called supported living, which is where my food is provided for me and my accommodation is provided for me. I don't have to do very much. My days are very simple. I wake up and wash and dress myself. I do some exercises. I have a computer and a phone so I can entertain myself and do research, etc. Food is provided for me, and on occasion I do some exercises as well. I think that I haven't been here for that long, maybe just a few weeks, and things haven't really started up in terms of having regular activities to do. So I'm not doing much of anything basically. So my day is rather empty at the moment. So I do try and entertain myself with my phone and my computer. Consequences of the injury are twofold, I suppose. One is the physical side, which means like at the moment I have to use a stick. Before I was using a wheelchair and something called the quad pod, which is a stick with 4 feet on it to help me balance. But I've progressed, if you can call it that, to a stick which I now use to move around. So mobility is a bit of a problem, but I think that's improving. The other major thing that's occurred is I've lost my memory. I pretty much in the main don't have a memory. I remember very patchy things from the past, which is like the equivalent of a contents page, but with the detail missing. For example, I have the addresses of places that I've lived, but I don't know how long I was living there and where I was living when I got injured. I know the names of some friends, but not details of who they are as people. So things are very frustrating to have patchy knowledge of things, but little else. I know the names of my children, for example. I have 2 children. I know their names, but that's pretty much it. I don't know how old they are. I don't know how they are as people. The same with my wife. I know her name and that's it. I don't know where I was living when I got injured, but I do have the address in my head, or rather I have addresses of where I've lived in my head, but I don't actually know where I was living when I got injured. So there's a lot of things I need to find out. But the problem with the injury has affected my memory. So even if I found out some more details, I would forget as quite quickly. So I need to record things that I find out so that I can refer to them. It is very frustrating to be living like this. And I am feeling very sorry for myself, but at the same time, I'm thinking that as bad as it is for me, being partially disabled and not having a memory, things would be an awful lot worse, and could have been an awful lot worse fairly easily. I could have woken up and found that I only had one arm or one leg, and it would be just as awful in terms of understanding, but it'd be a lot more awful in terms of living like that. So I don't know how I got like this. It could have been an accident, some kind of fall. The only information I've got up to now is that it was some kind of fall. But I have to face up to the fact that this may well have been a suicide attempt. I don't believe it, and I don't understand it, but I have to accept that it might be possible. And I don't have a memory, so I can't assess it properly. So I don't think I break any bones as part of the fall. So it was obviously a severe fall to have affected my brain so much. But I don't believe I break any bones. I may have and recovered and simply don't know if that's the case. So life is very strange at the moment. There's a lot that I don't understand. And I don't really know how to live properly, or rather live happily. At the moment, I'm just surviving. I don't really know what to do with myself, so I'm doing this as a part of a project, if you like, to try and stay sane, to try and do something useful. I don't know if it'll be useful, but I certainly hope it is. It will give me something to do, and I do intend to share more on this platform. What I will share, I'm not sure yet, but I do intend to communicate as much as possible. So I'll have to see how it goes. So, in closing, for this introduction, it's just a little piece of advice. You should really realize just how important certain things are in your life that might seem inconsequential, unimportant. Your ability to remember, for example, your ability to walk freely, your ability to walk up and down stairs, your ability to carry objects and walk with them. Simple things like that are actually rather complicated. Walking is not a simple activity. We do it obviously without thinking about it, but it's actually a rather complicated procedure. And being injured, you realise just how much effort it actually takes. And your ability to remember things is actually a rather serious accomplishment, an ability which is underestimated. If someone tells you something and half an hour that's what you were told, you're able to remember it. You know where you live, you know where the shops are, etc. So things like that are very easy to do, basically. But memory is actually quite a serious thing, and if you lose it, you realise just how valuable it is. So try and appreciate little things that you do that you may not think amount to much. Your ability to walk freely is a very big accomplishment in your life. You don't realize the balance and coordination you have until you lose it. In my case, I've lost it, so I do fully appreciate just how important it is and how advanced an ability it is. So try and appreciate the little things in your life that you might not realize are actually very important. Your ability to walk and your ability to remember are two things to keep in your mind. So try and understand that you can do a lot more than you realize. So I'm not sure where this project is going to go, but I will try to say something useful and try and be useful in the world. And again, at the moment, I feel like somebody just needs to be supported and looked after. I don't feel I'm contributing to the world, and I want to try and do that again as I used to before. So I will have to see how it goes.